Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so we got a little bit of Soulland Reloaded up today. So we're getting really close to the Triple S character release. So we've got a few things going on, and they had a big, huge update a couple of days ago. I spoke about it in the last video. What they've done is they've repopulated some of the stuff. If you take a look at the shops and whatnot, you will, on occasion, find SS shards within some of the shops. Okay, these are SS Plus. I'm sorry, inside of the shops. These are now available. If you've got your assistant set up properly, you'll usually snatch between 4 or 8 SS Plus shards on a daily basis just from the shops. So make sure that you do have your assistant Woo set up so that you can get all those. But the shards are populating inside of the actual shop now, and that is because of the fact that since we're having a new class of character, you're going to see the previous like the SS and the SS Plus. So when they introduced the SS Plus, you started to see SS shards were a little bit more prevalent than they were before. And the same thing's happening now. They're introducing SSS characters, so you're going to see SS Plus shards a little bit more popular now and a little bit more commonplace so that you can actually access them, which is good, okay, because those are going to be used in some of the enhancements of new stuff and weapons and whatnot. So right now we're just doing everything. Be a little bit tentative. I'm storing them at the moment, okay, just keeping my eyes on them, keeping the shards. Once we see how they're going to be doing with the Triple S characters, then I'll make the determination as to throw them into divine skills for your SS Plus characters to, of course, make them stronger. I'm also holding on to these shards because I want to see exactly what they're going to do with the actual, hidden weapons and whatnot. My hidden weapons are maxed. Okay, see, these are all maxed. Okay, all of them are maxed. So they're all at 5-star. I can't upgrade them any farther with shards. Okay, so enhancements are all I can do with them at this point, but I cannot upgrade them. So I've got the shards. My assumption is they're going to be available. You're going to be able to use them inside of with the new divine weapons and your divine tools. I'm sorry, and your hidden weapons, spirits, or all that stuff is going to have upgrades. So I'm just waiting and holding on to that. Like right here, we've got some more of them, which, like I say, they're already maxed out. So there's nothing I could do with them at this point. So we're still going to be using the actual characters. I've got enough probably to, if I so choose to, probably take Dai, our first Triple S character, up to max. I might not. I'll have to wait and see. I'm really looking at some of the other characters at this point. But that's what, so I've got a lot of SS Plus shards here. Which I could start throwing at divine, working up the divine, but I'm not going to yet. I probably will in the future. They've also introduced some new stuff. They've also got Pixel Plus. They're actually shards, but basically what it is just pieces of puzzles. Pieces of puzzle that you can actually use. Okay, so and you can make some of the high-end stuff. And this is what they're giving you the shards to do it. These shards are obtainable inside right here at the actual spin 16 times. Okay, they've also got Devil Spider cores. This is the high-end material in here as well. Okay, and then they've got the actual Spirit Source in here as well. So 3 items that were previously only obtainable through occasional events are now becoming more prevalent throughout the areas of the game. So they're basically rebalancing the game. So you're going to be able to focus on, SS Plus items and materials are going to become more prevalent and easier to obtain. And then you're going to see the items for the Triple S characters start coming out, and you'll be able to use that SS Plus stuff to level them up as well. So that's what the rebalance was about, was adding SS Plus shards to shops and obtaining some of the high level materials a little bit more easier to obtain, so that you can start maxing out those SS Plus characters in preparation and in lieu of the Triple S characters, which will be coming out here shortly. So that's what the big update was about. It's pretty nice. They've also broken the regeneration shop down. They've broken it into 3 things, and they've got separated it up so that you can get through different times. So to make it a little bit better, because what you're going to probably start doing is as you enter Triple S characters, you're going to have to get rid of SS characters, because right now all of the SS Plus characters are being used in your teams. Okay, when you introduce a Triple S character, you're going to have to kick out an SS Plus character. Okay, so you can start dissolving some of those materials and whatnot, get those back, and then reinvest those into Triple S characters. So that's what that is. They're making the regeneration a little bit easier to understand. Okay, so let's take a look at what we got event-wise. So we do got a time-limited event up. It is basically a herb event, immortal herb event, just like standard. No changes. You know, open up your thing. Make sure you do of course, your Super Monday. It's no change in that either. It's still exactly the same. Just make sure you do all 4, and you get the diamonds on Monday, which will be tomorrow. Okay, so the immortal herb event. Now we active wheel, as always, up on the weekend as well. Make sure you complete this. They've got different items in here now. So they've got some tickets and whatnot in here, so make sure that you do that, as well as a new chest. If you go into right here, this is basically you can get an SS extended bone or shard at 10 pulls. Let's go ahead and do a 10 pull. Okay, so I got 5 Sea God wings. So remember, the only way to get Sea God wings before was at very limited time, limited events. And this is what I wanted to show you. Now, if you go take a look at and I haven't used them yet, I'm going to be using them. I held off just so I could show you all what has happened. I have 100 of them now. I've never had 100, never had close to 100. The most you could use to get was 20. Okay, that was pretty much the max you could get in any one event, and it wasn't very often. Okay, so as you can see, this stuff is becoming a lot more prevalent. So I'm going to be investing this into my soul bones, of course, but I just wanted to show you that before I actually did it, as well as the extended bone shards for auto adding into your Sea Gods and more some extended bone shards. So this stuff is going to be a lot more prevalent, okay, making it a lot more easy to obtain, and therefore start maxing things out from your soul bones. And remember, the soul bones, you should feel free to, do what you want with the soul bones, because those can be taken off of a character and put on another character. So it's not like something that you're going to have to invest in and then you're going to have to pull it back. You could just take the piece off and put it on somebody else, another character. So it's a removable item, so it doesn't matter how much it's leveled up. It can always be moved to somebody different if needed. So just keep that in mind. So don't be afraid to use that. I'm going to be doing that this evening. I'm going to go ahead and do a full build. As you can see, I am at 2454. I mean, just 4 or 5 days ago, I was at like 2150 now. I mean, yeah, when they came out with that update, I got all kinds of rewards. I started maxing out my hidden weapons, upgrading spirit souls, all kinds of stuff opened up because the mats were just unending. And it's the same way now in the mail today. You just hit claim all, and as you can see, they just given you a bunch of rewards diamonds. Look at that, 34,000 diamonds. So they're just giving a lot of rewards in the upgrade, getting everybody ready for the event. So that's what that. So I was able to take 300 million, just about. So it was pretty good. So keep up the active wheel. Assistant will make sure it's set up. Heaven Do Festival, no change. You will now be able to get SS Plus shards in here. Okay, so and I was really wishing that this would be a little bit more of a expansion, because I'm still working on Tang House, so that's what I'll be using them for. But I really, Bo's not in my main team; she's in my second team, so I prefer if it would be a lot more of a choice. But you have to give with what they give you. I think they'll probably alternate it. And then everything else is pretty much the same. So we do have a festival. An interesting festival, needless to say. It's for Anniversary Logon. This is a server-wide event. Okay, so we'll do one. So craft. I don't have. Oh, I used them all up. So basically, each time you do, you'll get one and one, so you can run it. Okay. Basically, you just trace the spiral on top of the cake, and you're going to get 99, 100 every time. It's not that difficult, and it's a server-wide event, so it's not just you; it's your entire server. So once the server-wide cake making points accumulated during the event period hits certain milestones, corresponding rewards will be unlocked. So this is basically based on your server. So some of you might be lower, some of you might be higher. It's a 7-day event, and we're on the second day. Okay, I believe just the second day. Yeah, the third day. Yeah, third day is tomorrow. So we're on the second day event. So basing on that, so 2 days, probably 4 days. Yeah, it should, we should get very close to finishing it. I would like to, because at the top it gives you 130 SS plus shards, but the rewards, even at 30 million, you get some deep sea silver and some S awakening, which are very nice as well. So the rewards are really good, and you have some spirit source, 15. This is for inheritance. So they got some good stuff. 50 awakening here, or you can use this for SSs, so you could actually put some awakening into a ring or whatnot, or a necklace. So that's what we're looking at. So they're pretty good rewards. The actual rewards here were pretty good as well too, because you're always needing those. So they got some really good rewards. Okay, so definitely participate in it. It takes like 10 seconds. You just trace. There's a spiral, and then you just take your mouse or your finger if you're playing on a tablet or thing, and just trace the spiral. And if you trace it good, you get 100, and if you don't, you get 99. I usually get 100. I think once I little flubbed up on one of them, and I got a 99. So it's not, but it's really easy. Okay, and it's server wide, so you don't expect to do it yourself. Basically how many people's on your server is what's going to determine how well it is. We should finish it. AME 645, AM6S45 is a pretty popular server. It's always listed as hot, so we're always active. So shouldn't have any trouble doing that. And that's going to be going on for another 7 days. Any day now, should be seeing the actual Triple S character pop up. We will, of course, do a video when that does occur. Okay, and that we'll take an analysis of what it's going. I will be, how they're going to do it. Is it going to be a 3 event? Like currently, but they would have 2 events. For Wu was White Rabbit Wu. They had it twice, and then the final event for the new character, they gave you a chest with had 20 more shards in it to finish the actual thing. We're going to see if they're going to continue to do that. Triple S characters. We're going to have to see. I don't know. My assumption is based on what I'm hearing. They're doing the acquiring and enhancement of these is very similar to what they were doing with the SS Plus. So there's not that big of a change in terms of that. It's just going to be more shards, more S, but it's S shards, not SSs. More S shards, which is good to actually obtain, to actually enhance up and level up the character. So we'll have to see how that goes. So I'm stocking up on the gold. Starting up a new character, especially one that's not going to have a whole lot to start off with. It's going to be a little bit expensive. So I'm saving up my gold and my diamonds specifically for that. And we'll be, once I decide whether or not we're going to choose, I think he's evil. Daimua is what he's called. He looks really good. You can go online, you go on the internet, and you can type in Soul Land Reloaded Triple S car, and you'll see pictures of him. They're of course going to be a little bit more grandiose in their appearance. That's just normal, and we're going to see a base level increase in their skills. So that's something that we'll have to take into account. But don't let that inhibit or make you a little less, make less tentative to start working on your SS pluses. If you don't have all SS plus characters in your team like I do, I'm completely SS plus and SS characters. That's all that's in my team. And as I start bringing in triple S's, the SS's will start being taken out, and so forth and so on. It's a continual process of working in more powerful characters. So you would definitely want to. I would not probably go too hard into an SS. But I would definitely continue to go hard into the SS Plus characters because you're still going to be using those no matter what. Okay. So getting them up, you could always regenerate them back down if the time comes. So we'll have to wait and get a feel for how they're going to do it. Understand that the CN server, which is the China server, the global server, have been fairly commiserate at this point. They've been pretty much the same, and it sounds like they're continuing to do that, but we all know how that goes. Too many times we've seen global servers just throw up complete money grabs, which are actually basically different from they are in Japan and in Asia. So we want to make sure that we don't get caught in some time to catch-22, needless to say. So we're going to wait until it comes out, but it should be any day now. I was expecting it yesterday, and then they threw up this festival, so that was a little bit surprised, caught me off guard. I was expecting to see the event, but it's this festival preparation. So I think the introduction of this character, there's going to be a lot of stuff going on with it in tandem with it. So keep that in mind. That's why I'm saving up on my diamonds, because I want to make sure that I do have enough of the diamonds. Now, in relation to the Soul Force, which is what I was working on, I've still got, I'm still able to crack this up. But right now we're getting to places where I'm being focusing, so I need to get to 2470. So I think I'm now caught up. Okay, I'm pretty much caught up with the Soul Force, and I'm where I should be. I'm at a Title Dulu 6 right now. Okay, so that's where we're at. I think I'm fairly accurate based on what everything is coming at this point. So I'm pretty much where I want to be, and that's good. They're still doing, I don't know why they have A+ grade and above merciless avatars reach 2. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. But yeah, so I think that's where I'm supposed to be in terms of the Soul Force. Everything's caught up with that. There's been minor changes, but nothing too major. Okay. Story mode is still the same. Everything's still whole. The Soul Hall, still using the Pontiffs. I gotta cash that in. But was going to wait and see if SS shards can be used and what they can be used for, or whether or not I just want to keep it at an S shard. Being a little cautious on that. And then once we get the triple S character, we determine exactly what it's going to take. Then we'll open up and start unloading all of the stuff that I'm keeping in storage. At 2454, I'm not really having much trouble keeping and maintaining my current status. So not too expansive at this particular point in time. But there has been some changes. So definitely, when you get back into the game, you might want to go through the shops, take a look at the shops, take a look at the way that they've changed the formatting. Like I say, the regenerate button, and you're going to see, take a look at this stuff. These things used to be not something that you would want to necessarily, if you missed it, it was okay. That's really not the case anymore. This stuff is really valuable stuff. Okay, especially this. Okay, so this is stuff that if you want to get to the SS Plus in your extended bones, you need to have this to do that. Okay, so yeah, you want to make sure that you do complete this at least to the 21. And I mean, they've even got the actual seedly extract, which is used in the tree in here, as well as the keys and whatnot. So it's a much more rewarding event to perform. It's been upgraded, definitely upgraded 2 levels. So what I think we're going to see is we're going to see all of the actual mini events have upgrades in which you can actually get, and the shops the shops are just wide open now. I mean, if you take a look at the shops, they've opened all that stuff up. Okay, like I say, you can get the SS pluses in there. Didn't really change this one. Slaughter shop didn't change this one. Sea God shop, pretty much the same. Always good stuff. Soulbone shop, pretty much the same. Metal shop, all of the SS weapons are in here now. so you could actually start getting shards for them via this. But like I said, I've already got it maxed out, so I'm just going to be holding on to the tokens so I can use them for inheritance. So yeah, so a lot of stuff has changed in terms of what you can get and what you get. So make sure that you do set up your thing so that you can actually get all this stuff, because see, now we got SS Plus shards here at the check-in shop, as well as SS Plus shards for your Eye of Terror. Okay, I mean, this is really good stuff. So you know, you definitely want to participate in this stuff. The spirit source is still always in the gold, so this has always been here. Beast Soul Shop, pretty much the same, no change there. And then Tyrant Shop, which is still where you get your Doomstones and your Time Essence, and you can purchase some of the other stuff if you need to. Soulbone Essence as well. So look at the shops, go through. There's been some changes. You definitely want to snatch up any SS Plus shards that you can find inside of the shops. Since we're pretty full in diamonds right now, if you see any, go ahead and purchase them in diamonds. You know, SS Plus shards, even if you don't, you know, want to use it on something, you can use it to, and you want to start focusing on the divine enhancements for these. The divine skill, you definitely want to start focusing on this and max it out, just like we did for all the SSs. Like all of my SSs, except for Oscar, are completely maxed out their divine skill. Okay, I can't use those shards anymore, so I'm just storing them. I assume we'll be able to use them on something in the new event, for possibly inheritance on some of the characters or something. We'll have to see. You know, but there's a lot of stuff that I think they're going to be doing. But since they're starting to throw out SS Plus shards inside the shop and stuff, that means they're going to be usable for something, either to make your SS Plus character stronger, or to be used in some type of way in terms of the new Triple S items and whatnot. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But either way, get them, because you can use them on your characters. Okay, this makes your characters much stronger, having the divine skill leveled up. Okay, so yep, that's all I got at this point. Just to give you an update, make sure you participate in the festival to help out your server. As soon as the new event pops, we will of course do the new character pop. We'll do a video, of course, and we'll purchase him and we'll take a look at him. You know, do a comparative analysis with the skills and whatnot. Make a determination: is it something that you really want to jump into, or do we want to wait? Okay, it's something that you have to focus on. And we're also going to have to see how they space out obtaining the shards. You know, I assume it's going to take more. If you look at Wu, which is our last SS Plus character, and we'll get the remaining shards for her in the event. 130 is what it takes to summon an SS Plus character. So Triple S maybe 150. Okay, so that's probably what we're looking at. So is it going to be spaced over 1, 2, 3, 4 events to get the shards? And if on how long will those events, how long's the space between those events? Usually with this, it was 90 on the first event, and then 20 2 weeks later, 20 more another 2 weeks after that. So roughly about 6 weeks to get the character from a free-to-play perspective. Is it going to be, you know, what's the Triple S? Is it going to be done over the same thing? Is it going to be, you know, 3 events, or is it going to be 2 events, or you know, they might have some special stuff going on for Dai, since he's the first character. They might make it easy to get him, you know, in terms of to get everybody to, you know, you get one of the nice Triple S characters and he's really cool, and then you start focusing on the Triple S and you know, start ignoring your SS. They might try to do something like that, but since any SS Triple S that's going to be moved into the team, you're most likely going to kick out an SS. So that's why I'm saying it's probably not functionally smart at this particular point to focus on the SSs. Definitely want to continue on your SS pluses, but you might want to hold off on the SSs, because if you've got a full team like I do, that's what's going to be kicked out. It's going to be, you know, within 1 or 2 characters, you're going to be kicking them out. SSs are going to be kicked out, and they're not going to be available in to be used. They're just going to be sitting in your thing. So you're going to want to dissolve those shards so that you can roll those shards and whatnot into your Triple S characters. So Yeah, that's what you need to understand. That you're gonna, the regeneration shop is going to become really, really important. So make sure that you do understand it, because it's going to be critical if you want to focus on triple S characters, because you're going to need those materials, and you've got a lot of those materials, but you're going to have to pull them off of your SS characters. So don't be, that's the reason I'm holding off. I want to see what the requirements are for a triple S before I do anything. All right. So again, thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe. Once you subscribe, you'll see a bell. If you click on the bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. And as always, like or share the video, because that does help the views, because the algorithm does like that a lot. So this is Kid Rare, still in the corner, still coming at you, signing out.